but I think it's really important to create winning habits, habits that allow you to get into a routine and to truly win. Hello and welcome to Pillars of Wealth Creation, where we talk about creating financial success with a special focus on business and real estate. I'm your host, Todd Dexheimer. Now, let's get to it. Hey, welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Todd Dexheimer. I hope you're doing well. Fall is here officially in Minnesota. So weather went from super warm to super cold. So no, it's great. I love it. Love this time of the year. The year is getting to be to where, school's back. So hopefully if you've got kids, that transition has gone well. And, look, year's getting close to being ending. So you've got goals that you set out there, and if you've got those goals and you haven't achieved them, maybe look through them, understand why you haven't achieved them, understand what you need to do in order to get towards those goals. Continue to push and say, hey, you know what? Look, it is getting towards the latter half of the year. But I need to continue to push and strive towards my goals and my vision, and I need to do those things to get there. I find that for me, it's really difficult to achieve, and I do this on purpose, by the way, and you probably do as well. It's very difficult to achieve my annual goals, but in reality, if I create really difficult annual goals, I end up achieving my long-term goals and vision a lot easier. And I feel like I do more. I've accomplished more than I ever thought was possible early on in my career, especially. But I've accomplished less in a year typically than I thought was possible. So, and that's okay. We want to push ourselves. We want to create goals that really challenge us. All right. So I want to talk today about something that probably helps you achieve your goals. That's the morning routine. And the reason I'm talking about this morning routine is because I actually woke up the other day and I didn't do my morning routine, and I was irritated at myself because I haven't been very consistent at my morning routine. And now let me qualify this. So I want to talk about the morning and winning the morning. And I want to talk about a couple different things, but one of the things I want to make sure I qualify in my belief is that morning is when you wake up at the start of the day. That does not mean that you wake up at 4:30 in the morning. I'm not a 4:30 in the morning person. I never will be, at least at this point in time in my life. I've got two kids. They are 12 and 16, and they don't go to bed at 8 o'clock. I need my sleep. I need to sleep 7 hours or close to that every night. 6.5, 6 at the very least. And so I need to get my rest, and I don't want to go to bed before my kids. I simply don't. Like, it's just not going to happen. And so, my daughter at 16 is not going to bed at 8 or 9 o'clock. And so I'm not getting up at 4 or 4:30. I am getting up much later because she's going to bed. I'm not going to bed until, quite frankly, like 11 at the earliest. So that tells you, if I need to get 6.5 to 7 hours, maybe more of sleep, it tells you what time I'm waking up. And so I don't believe that you need to wake up super early. Now, I do believe you don't need to sleep in super late, but it all depends on what your calendar is. If you're sitting here and you're working second shift, that's different. Third shift, whatever, that's different. Obviously, you're waking up at different times of the day. To me, if you're kind of working regular, hours, I think you need to figure out what works for you. And so some people they're morning people. They wake up early, and that's great. And I think that's amazing. They go to bed early. They're in bed by 9. They're up by 4. Fine, so be it. Go ahead, do that. But other people
work really well in the evenings. And I am like that. I can, especially when my kids were younger, and they would go to bed, whatever, 8 o'clock or whatever it was, um, I would sit there and I would get a ton of work done from when they went to bed at 8 to close to midnight. I would get a ton of work done, more work done in those, probably 3 to 4 hours than I did all day. And so you got to figure out where you're productive and make that work for you. I don't think sleeping in till 10, 11 o'clock is a good idea. Probably even much past 8 is a good idea. But, I do think that if you are a person that, goes to bed at 11 o'clock or midnight, that's fine. That if that is your schedule. So let's talk about the morning. Get up in the morning. One of the things that I struggle with is when my alarm goes off, get out of bed. And I think that is super important because to me, that creates that habit of decision making. And so I need to get better at that because I will hit my snooze button and I probably irritate the heck out of my wife when I do that because she still wants to be sleeping, doesn't necessarily want to get up at the same time I do. And so I'll hit the snooze button and let it go off again, and sometimes again, and sometimes even again. That's, in my opinion, not very good. So I have to work really hard at when that alarm goes off, jump out of bed, get out of bed. I think it's really important not to look at your phone to begin the day. Don't look at your phone. Don't. It's easy to do. There's probably something on there. There's maybe some social media. There's maybe some text messages. There's certainly emails that came through. Just don't do it. Like, don't let that trap you. For me, when I get up, of course, I just, get dressed and brush my teeth, that type of thing. But after that, I think it's really important to create a habit. What are you going to do? And what is this for you? Like, to me, that has to be something for me. I have to do some sort of movement. I also have to do prayer, and I also have to do some reading. So for me, those are the three things that I really like to do. Oh, and drink water, lots of water. So really four things. So for me, what I will do in the morning, and I think this is really critical for you, and these may not be the four things you do, but I think it's really important to create winning habits, habits that allow you to get into a routine and to truly win. So for me, movement, I do two things for movement. One is I have a bad back, so I do some core workout stuff. It's literally 10 to, if I'm really going at it, 15 minutes. That's it. I'm moving my blood, I'm moving my body, and I'm helping my back. That's it. 10 to 15 minutes of core, and it gets me ready for the day. Next, I will read. And so I'm either reading a business book or I'm reading the Bible, one of the two. And so just another 10 to 15 minutes of reading. Okay. Sometimes it depends on how busy I know my day is and how busy my morning's going to be when I have my first meeting, that type of thing. But I really try to push 10 to 15 minutes of reading. Then after that, I pray. And again, it's usually about 10 minutes or so. Sometimes if I'm busy, I will combine my prayer with my walk. And so the next thing, again, more movement, is that I bring my dog for a walk. And that's about a 15 to 20 minute walk that I go on. And that's really important for me. The last thing that I do is I drink a lot of water. And this is happening throughout. So when I wake up, I drink probably 2 glasses full of water, 16 ounce, full glasses full of water. And then I do that several times. And so I'm drinking about 4 glasses of water uh, between when I wake up and when I get back from taking my dog for a walk. And that's all I do for my morning routine. So again, it's literally 10 to 15 minutes of just move my body of an exercise. Okay. So that's 10 to 15 minutes of that. It's some reading. Again, 10 to 15 minutes of that. So now I'm at call it 20 to probably 25 minutes between the two. And then it's prayer. Um, and a lot of times it's prayer while I'm going on my walk. So that's probably averaging, about 35-40 minutes is my morning routine total. Maybe 45 if I don't have as much going on early on in the morning, or if I get up a little earlier, if I really just feel into it. Okay. And I think it's so important that you spend time. One of the things I think is really important is the prayer aspect, or the meditation. I think that's so valuable. It gets you into the right mindset. And by the way, I do. That's probably another thing I throw into my morning routine is I look at my calendar and I kind of think through the day. So that is a little bit of meditation that is separate from my prayer time, but I think it's super important to get your mindset for the day and to really be thinking about how things are going to happen through the day. One of one of the things I think is super important about how I pray, at least for me, is it's a lot about gratitude. It's a lot about gratitude, and then it's about guiding me to be wise, to make good, sound decisions, right? To be to have discernment, those types of things, to be able to be essentially the person that I want to be, to show up the way God wants me to show up. And I think that's super important that you spend some time during the day, during the morning, to do that, and throughout the day, certainly as well. Again, whether it's prayer or whether it's meditation, I think that's really, really valuable. Reading, I think that needs to be a part of everybody's morning. I think you need to find time to read. And it can be various things. Again, like I read, for me, it's either the Bible or it's a business book. It doesn't have to be that for you. It can be hopefully business news or something like that. But it could be something lighthearted. It could be a funny book. It could be comics. It could be something different that gets you into a light-hearted spirit. Maybe really wakes you up. I think also movement is really, really valuable. And so for me, it's the walk, and it's the getting my back and my core worked out so I don't have more episodes. But for you, that might look something different. Maybe it's a full workout. Maybe it's just some jumping jacks, whatever it be. But I think you need that movement. And then I truly do think that everybody needs to drink way more water than what we're drinking, myself included. And even those 4 cups, then the rest of the day, sometimes I don't barely drink anything. And man, you get dehydrated really quickly. And I don't think you run very well when you're dehydrated. At least I sure don't myself. So that's all I really want to talk about. I just, for me, I've been struggling with it. I haven't done a very good job lately. It's choppy. I'll do part of my core, maybe a couple minutes of it. I'll look at my phone I'll get distracted. I'll jump on my computer because I looked at my phone and I saw 5 emails and I want to get on them right away, whatever it might be. And then I don't take my dog for a walk or have to take him for a walk at noon or 5 p.m. or make my kids do it. It hasn't been the routine that I want to have. And actually, as I'm talking right now, I did my core and then I jumped on this podcast because I got distracted. I had this on my mind, and I really wanted to get this out there, and I needed to, quite frankly. Uh, but I didn't take my dog for a walk yet. I haven't. I did pray, but I haven't read it yet. So I need to. I need to get back in the morning routine, and I need to make sure it's something that is consistent. Consistency creates, and this morning routine is so important to me. It sets me up for a really, really good day. So let's think about how you're showing up in the morning and how that's going to affect how you show up the rest of the day. And I think it's super important how you show up in the morning. And I think that sets you up for a good day, a distracted day, or maybe a really bad day. And I also think too, one last thing is how you end the day can be really, really valuable. And so for me, how I end the day, and maybe I need to do more, but I simply look at my calendar for what I'm going to do the next day. What I have going on in the business, what do I have going on personally? So I understand what the next day looks like. And then I pray. And again, a lot of gratitude, a lot of asking for wisdom, in doing that, and just really reflecting on what went right, what went wrong, how I showed up, all that kind of stuff. So, all right, that's all I got for today. You have a fantastic rest of the day. Make every day a Saturday.
Hey, thanks so much for listening. I appreciate you being a loyal listener. I would love to have you go on to our Facebook page and subscribe, give us a thumbs up, go on to iTunes or wherever you listen and give us a rating and review. Don't forget to subscribe. Your rating and review just helps us push this out to more and more people and continue to grow our audience and hopefully positively affect a ton of people out there that really need this and want this. So the other thing I've got for you is a free ebook on my website. So go on to venturedproperties.com, and download our free ebook on real estate and on syndication. And I've got some data points in there, some really good stuff for you. So I'd love to have you take a look at that. It's free. I'm not expecting anything from it. And also, look, if you want some help in multifamily, want some help learning, growing, getting your business off the ground, I would love to talk to you about what it would look like to work with me potentially and see if that's a good fit. So you can go to coachwithdex.com and check that out, and we can definitely have a call. Thanks a lot for listening. You make it a fantastic rest of the day. I'll catch you on the next episode.